Testing. Does the mic work? Good morning. Good morning. Okay, thank you. You can look. Your name already made me laugh this morning, Hassan. So I'm already happy. Ketchup Mao. Is that your real name? I hope. Excuse me if that is your real name. So all right. Looks like almost everybody joined yesterday to the new Discord I'm making. So anybody that wants in, you're more than welcome. Okay, I'll share my Discord here for those people that wanted to join it. So morning, Hayden. Yup. Oh, nice. Ketchup a mile. That would be. But that would make me laugh every morning if I had to say that to my cat. My cat's name's Didi, by the way. So let me take over everything I did yesterday. What trades I took, how I'm still testing this new ILM that I was talking about also yesterday. So I'll go over everything I did yesterday. I had to do a lot of mindset work while I was doing it. Luckily, it was just testing for me, so I didn't look at it as anything really. I did make profit, but I have to say, you really have to have a very good mindset to be able to do this. So I don't believe everybody will be able to do this directly. So I will try to do it differently. So let me share you this screen for a second. So I'll go over everything that I took yesterday. So in the morning session, we were in London. And after that sweep of Asia, I wanted to see a down movement actually. So what did I do? This was done live. I entered on this candle. I want to take it lower. We got stopped. I believe minus a very small part. Second one was again here. I entered. I got stopped. So that was 1.5 hour somewhere like that. That I made a new one. I entered again. Here I got off stream. Believe somewhere. Yeah, around 11. I got off stream. I entered one more time. Then it actually happened to be good. Well, that was 1, 2, 3 times not good, 1 time good. Okay, so it worked like that. Then I was looking also at the same movements. On a 15 minutes. And actually, you only had to take 2 then. So we had a 15 minute here. And we had a 15-minute here that inverted, that started changing delivery. So what do I mean by changing delivery? We can actually see that those two candles are way bigger than the previous one, and it looks like it wants to change its state. So if we just taken those two, it would have given one not profit and one profit. Now, in the downside, come on, get me back to the screen. Then I did take, after London got swept here, I took this on the 1 minute also. So this actually made me able to test the rest of the day too. So that was my entry. This was my stop. So sometimes it works, and this was my target actually. This for value gap somewhere here, and actually we hit it directly. So I actually got 6R immediately out of this one. The one that came down from here was also a very good trade. Actually, I had to say that what I showed. This was actually no entry, no entry, no entry. Wait, what was I doing? Once we came back up, I entered in this one here, put my stops at the high, and just let it run. This one came very close to it. So I only entered around this area here when we came back up. I kept it. I took it to here, so I got about 2R back out of the R that we didn't collect. I stopped here somewhere. I took it to this low, or just a bit above that low. So those two trades were very good, but in the afternoon session when we were down here, oh my god, that was something different to do. So I'm completely honest on what I do and how I trade. So I'm testing this live. So this one here, I got about 3 more minutes. Was the first time we swept Tokyo session. We had a 1 minute inversion here. So we completely went back up. We did have a value gap. So I entered here, put my stop at the low. First stopped out. Okay, great. Second, we actually inverted again because this one came above the previous one. So we created a value gap. I entered again. I got stopped. So that was 2. Then I had to wait. I took this one. So here was nothing. So we couldn't do anything. And then here was the third one. Actually, that was good to enter again. So I took along all this here. And then I let it do its thing. I didn't touch it anymore. I didn't add because actually after 2 or 3 times not going great, I just let it go. And I wanted to take it up to this high again, just to make back what I gave here actually. So I gave about 2R here, and I took 2R out of it again. In hindsight, I see that I actually could have let it run completely. That would have been a huge trade. But I'm not sure that everybody can manage to take 2-3 trades immediately not good and keep doing it over and over again. Okay, I have my mindset very good at this point on trading, because I know if I test something, it's just testing, so I don't care about the outcome. I just know that the long run it will be good. But I'm not sure if everybody can handle this. Let me know if you can, then I'll keep doing it this way. If not, just be honest with yourself. I'm okay with it, so I just want to know if you guys would be able to handle it. If you can, perfectly, then I'll just keep doing it. If not, I could have actually taken the 15 minute, because this is the first 15-minute inversion upwards. And in here, we actually also had a 5. So we didn't have to do all the rest. We would have missed this one, actually, then. And here, we only had one not profit and immediately profit afterwards. We would not have taken this one up, but probably you would have taken this one all the way down. So you would miss this one, but you would have a bigger R collection on the previous one. And also here, you had a great entry, by the way. Then you can enter on a 5 minute. So this was the lag up. This was the same entry practically that you had. That would have been your entry here. And that's still at least a 2-3R that you have collected. Well, let me know in the chat what you guys would prefer. Did you all understand that? If not, let me know too. Oh, is my mic on? Yeah, okay. The reason why I'm doing this new way is because of it's actually because of the orb hasn't been played out as I wanted, and I was actually looking for a second entry model, making it easier to also easy to implement and to execute. For today's session, we are. Let me take a look where we actually are today. What I believe what happened. So we actually came back up to all-time high. We do have some news today. We are in a 4-hour for value gap right now. We dip sweep liquidity. We tapped that 1 hour just here a minute ago. So maybe a little bit more downside to fill up this 1 hour for value gap completely. So this was a nice change in state of the previous one. We swept, we tapped, and then a little bit more downside would be great actually to see. Also here we tapped the 15-minute after some liquidity sweeping, but look, we still have like this left. It depends on we sweep it, yes or no. But it does look bullish, so we are moving upwards anyways. Reason why I'm not streaming in Discord at this point is because I had a message from someone that joined the sessions, and he's new to the group. He didn't actually believed that I was honest about everything, so he told Ty about it. Ty had some is investigating into it, and he asked me to not trade live anymore. So afterwards, I told him that I wanted to tell everybody that actually that I wasn't trading, that I wasn't going to do trades lives anymore, and he told me that was okay. So I wanted to give you all a message. I sent it to him. I'll read it for you all. What I sent, if that was okay to send them to him, and he said, "Don't start." So starting Monday, I will no longer stream online at Features and Friends. I truly enjoyed doing this for all of you, and I'm sure many of people learned a lot from it. Not everybody believed I've always been completely honest, and that's okay. I've always done it with love and gratitude, hoping to help you move forward. Enjoy your trading time in London. And then he said, no need to steer things up right now. So this is why actually I'm trading now on YouTube only. If somebody wanted to know. I gave you all an invite, so is the chat working, or is it just me that everybody is just very quiet? Yeah, yeah. I just answered indeed the question. Aiden. First idea is that we do move a little bit lower. What did the market move yesterday so much again? So we came actually up all the way back. So that was actually quite a move. I was 250 points back up. Yeah, markets are, they always do what they want to do. So we all can do is have patience until something happens. Until your model actually shows. In the meantime, I'm already backtesting the strategy that I'm implementing, so I need to. Still watching the chart in the meantime, so see what happens. It's indeed not moving a lot. And this was news, so at 8 o'clock we had a little bit news. So that moved the candle a bit. That was German. At 9 we have again employment rate from French, 9:30. So we have a lot of news today. So the candles will do a bit more movement. If we do break this to the downsides, there is a big possibility that we at least sweep this low and then see what happens. Morning, Andreas. So I'm not sure that everybody heard what I traded yesterday, and I was actually asking maybe if somebody can respond to that question, would be very grateful, and how you guys have and how good your mindset is at that point yet. Can you handle 3 not profitable trades in a row and still take the same entry again without over pushing buttons or pushing buttons when not needed? So what I mean by that, can you enter 3 times a 1 minute ILM movement and repeat it over and over again without executing trades that's not necessary? So I mean by this is not pushing buttons when the model doesn't show. If you can, yes or no, let me know. That would be appreciated. So I know I have to adjust a bit my style to that, because I can do it on a 15-minute, it's just a lot slower. And we can do it on a 1 minute, but then we take a lot more not profits too. Both models work actually. The only one, the 15 minutes it is a lot slower, like I said, and a little bit more screen time. The 1 minute is a bit less screen time and goes a whole lot faster. But they both work. I tested them. I'm testing the 15-minute right now. So we do sometimes in a day not have an entry because the 15 minutes sometimes can run without you. So that would be a no trading day. Are you okay with that too? Not trading if the model doesn't present, because it can happen actually a few times. So, okay. It's actually not if it's a model. So actually the model is there. So it's not that I'm revenge trading. It's actually every time the 1 minute shows you, it creates a fair value gap after the time-based sweep. So it's not that um, it's not revenge trading, but it needs to make sure that the model has to come every time before you enter exactly. You need an inverter. That's the breach to the downside, actually. We got... If this closes here, I'll take this. This actually feels good to take. We can definitely have a little bit more downside. We got 3 more minutes. Oh yeah, wait. Better share this screen. Oh, I am sharing this. So that's actually the thing. It's not constantly on a specific hour. So it's only when the session is swept, actually. Good question, Aaron. Yeah, it's session sweep actually. So that means we need to sweep a session time based, and then we got an ILM out of that part back up to the a 1 minute actually a 1 minute, showing you that we have a movement to the other side. I'll go over the model in a second. Give me a minute or three to. We'll see how this actually closes. I am in this. This one has a clear view where it wants to go, so this is why I took it. I do want to see a fast continuation movement lower here. I don't want to see it stalling, I just actually want to see it completely move lower now. No movement back up, just one drop immediately. For Aaron, by the way, I'm making sure everything. Oh, so okay. Look, I'll go over it one more time. Aiden, are you here too? I hope you're at the screen for a second. So, why am I not streaming on Discord? So, I'll give you the message. I got a message from Ty. He got some questions about your streams recently. Some people claiming you are not honest or improper teaching, etc. He said, I don't know what they mean. I don't join the streams. That's what I said to me. Then he asked not to stream anymore. For the meantime, he asked for not to stream until they figure out what's going on. Now, I asked him if I could share it, and I said, starting Monday, I will no longer stream online in Futures and Friends. I truly enjoyed doing this for you, and I'm sure many people learned a lot from it. Not everybody believes that I was completely honest, and that's okay. I've always done this with love and gratitude, hoping to help you move forward. Enjoy training London. And then he said, no need to steer things up right now. We will be auditing and see if we're moving forward with it. So that's it. So he asked me not to, and I wanted to share it with you all personally, but I couldn't because he said I was not allowed to share that text that I sent to him. So I won't because it's his Discord still, so he's still owner of it. So we respect his point of view. So this is why I'm no longer streaming in Discord at this point. But it's good for my channel. Mine is growing for once, so I never had somebody watch 40 hours of stream time. So I always say it's always, everything is always for a reason. So we will see what happens. So we did sweep now. This liquidity, I do want to see it continue lower. I don't want to see it come back up. Just because we swept some 15-minute liquidity and we came into that for value gap. Now I do want to see it push all the way down. I do know there is a 15-minute or a 5-minute for value gap just above here, right here, or being created. Well, actually, I don't want to see it tapped. So actually, instead of here, we can actually put our stop over halfway. No need to put it all the way up. We can put it halfway. So if it does come back to this gap, it will probably stop everything out. So that means that this was actually the liquidity it needed to continue higher. So I'll mark them out. So we can tap this one more time. We cannot come. I'm not gonna move my stop or anything. It's good where it is. So this is the last 5 minutes. FEG that can be get tapped. I'm actually adding one. I want to at least get a half hour into this. Otherwise, it's actually not worth trading. So we still have another 2 minutes, and this 15. So I do want to see it the next 2 minutes to keep pushing. The reason why I took this actually was it was very clear that I did want to just this first 15-minute FEG that we're actually in right now. Hasn't been this clear for a while. I put off my mic for a second. I was talking to the wife. Yeah, I could stream it there too. I actually wouldn't give me stream time then on YouTube. I can perfectly stream there, of course. That's actually my old channel where I used to teach people crypto from. I still had it, so I just adjusted a bit, made it a bit more cleaner, took some stuff off, and let it do its thing. So that's a clean move down. So this should have been about almost 1 hour at this point. So we'll see what we do. Always I take profit like you guys feel to do it. Don't watch me take profits. Always do what you actually want to feel and what you're comfortable at. But if you feel discomfort, it's also good. That means that you're growing. So actually we have one more for value gap just up here now. We created a new 5 minute out of this one. I don't want to see this inverted now. It can tap it, but then it needs to continue actually immediately back lower. The reason for TP1 here is actually that's halfway that FEG. Hello. We got a new kitten in our van. It's very funny. My kitten Didi found a new one to play with, and he's actually in my van now. It's a very beautiful one, but it's very special to see. We got an extra kitten today. Or cat, actually. I think it's a young one, so. Sorry, I got distracted. You don't see every time hopping a cat in your van. So that was a strong push up, so I don't want to see it to go too much higher. Like I said, you can tap that 5 minute for one more time, but not too fan of this because we did sweep time sessions. I believe we swapped Tokyo just a second ago. Yeah, see. If it comes back to my entry, no, let me say it differently. If it goes above this 5 minute wick, I'll probably close the trade. Or will close the trade. So this is soft stop. Because here it actually needs to keep moving lower. I don't want to see it come back here. That's on 23,000. 373. Because we had 10 minutes before open. We swept the time session, so I do want to see it fall further quite fast. It's okay for me that if we tap this, but I don't want to see it push higher. Because it swept liquidity. We're in a lower part of this 5 minutes still. That was not completely filled up. We're in a 15 minute. And we're in an hourly too. So we're in three for value gaps that we could have some action off of it. But the only thing we can do is just be patient and see what the market brings. Morning, King. Thank you. Do you guys mind giving this video a thumbs up so it grows my audience? It helps people find this channel faster. Do only give it if you actually enjoy these streams and if you learn something from it. If not, I do want an honest thumbs up. Let me say it like that. So the next 7 minutes are very important. This will show you exactly what this hourly candle will do. So we can see we swept. It has not pushing lower, so I do want to see it now get lower again. I'm not sure if we have some news at 9. Yeah, so 9 we have something coming out, 9:15 something, so we could have a little bit of a shake. So we'll give it some breathing air at 9, so we got about 7 minutes until it's 9 o'clock. So I'll give it some air to breathe the trade because of the news that's just at the same time zone, or at the same place. Strange. Okay. So 5 more minutes until open. We did sweep it one more time, so now actually it does need to push on this. So now there's actually no reason for us to come to this high again. We do have a huge 15-minute. I would just let it do its thing. Just be patient. 3 more minutes, and we will see what market open does. So we can see it as actually is hanging around here, so it's actually not pushing lower nor further upwards. It's a bit undecided at this point. Also, this 15-minute shows us that it's a doji, so this candle actually shows it has no movement in it, not up nor down. If it closes like this in small form in the next 3 minutes, I do believe we will go a bit higher first, especially if this is on a place where liquidity is. So I also made a PDF on how to add, actually. I'll set it in Discord itself. So 1 more minute till open. Yeah, that's okay, my friend. I would probably wait, King Russell, if you didn't enter. I would probably wait, my friend. It's opening now, so we probably all go a little bit higher into that 15 minutes for value gap. So we got about 41 seconds till open. So, and there is news on the opening. We could flush immediately down, but it could just as easily come back up because we are actually delivering from a few things. So this is open. It would be nice to see this got swept before we move further. So it looks like that news did not do anything. I'm not trading on the 1 minute. I'm trading on the 15-minute orb range. Pre-orb range, actually. I would say have a nice day, Matrix, for yourself. Cats are really funny when they are so young and playful. That one that jumped in the van, like I just said a second ago, is still in my van now. And he was playing with a feather. It's really... Animals do make you always smile, don't... Okay, looks like it does want to go a little bit lower, so that looks great. Now we did sweep that other session, so now we actually have a sweep of session. Here. Now I do prefer to see it fall immediately after this. I don't want to see it stalling here, so I actually want to see it completely continuing here. The reason why is we just opened 9 and actually we swept previous sessions. If you find it a slow market or a slow movement of markets, that means that you actually have a lot to learn on patience. And because trading is all about mindset and patience, nothing else. Anybody can read a chart, anybody can make an entry model. It takes a lot of it takes a lot of mentorship for yourself, of self knowledge, self development, to implement strategies over and over again, or one strategy over and over again without adjusting, without changing anything, just doing it. That's true leadership, actually. And believe me, anybody that does things a million times the same way knows it, how it works perfectly and how it goes. And they don't look at outcomes. So trading, you never may look at an outcome. Not how much you give, not how much you make. You just need to repeat. If you have tested the strategy anyways, and you know it works, you just need to repeat, 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 repeat until it's so boring that you're still repeating it. Okay. Oh. We got 5 more minutes in this 15 minutes. First 15 minutes open. We'll see what this candle want to do. We do have a 15-minute fair value gap just above us, but still is possible to tap. We are at one standard deviation at this point, so 1.5 is actually the minimum I want to see it get hit. Moet nog een keer opstaan. Ik ben ermee start, ja. Maar ik heb het afgezet gisteren, dat ik dat niet ben geweest. Ik wou dat niet heel nacht laten staan. Het zat rijst in, dus. En dat kip was echt niet speciaal. Maar ik kan beter. Wat heb je? That's Project X from bulenox. I'll go chief.
Dat is nog niet geweest, dus.
Dat
is nog geen sweep geweest.
Ah, wel. Nu. Maar ik heb nog geen inversion, dus ik heb nog geen weg op. Dus als die dat doet, ga ik hem wel nemen ook de andere kant uit. Dan ga ik eruit stappen. Je zit er nog in. You can see we are. you can see we are building up some liquidity. It needs the liquidity to move to one or the other side. So give it some time to breathe. It's London, so it's always a bit more relaxing.
It's not if you're there. Real life London.
Yeah, that
That's the opposite.
yeah, it's not in London itself. It's not relaxing. It's actually quite everything moves twice as fast as Belgium. That was a good one. My wife just told me. Oh, makes always laugh. Yeah, if you wanna do bulenox, use the code. I have a code for it. Haggis actually okay, but you had to have a very good mindset. So um I made around 1,500 still out of it. So I did make a nice amount, but I did give also around 600. So I gave about 3 hour to the markets, and then I made still an 800, 1,500 profit. So I made about 7 hour and a half extra still over it. So it is profitable. It's very profitable, but you have to have a really ease mindset of not making profit. So you have to know this strategy actually gets you a 40% win rate. So you have to get a very good mindset. If you are a good, if you are a person or human that can actually, let me say it differently. So if you are playing a board game with a family, or you used to play cards or anything, are you a good, can you, are you a good loser? So that means if you didn't win, are you okay with it? If you are, then that strategy would be something for you. If you aren't, I would take the 15-minute change in delivery and do it on a 5, because I had to take 4 not profits until I had the profit one. And you have to actually, that's 1 out of 5 actually we only made. So that's about 25%. I did had one in that went directly good, and the other one was 3 no goods and the 4th good. So it's mindset related, not easy. And that's just from doing it live, seeing it, feeling what I felt, and I know what I feel that you all feel the same. So we have to have full control then. If not, I would just take it on a 15-minute ILM movement up and enter on a 5-minute for value gap. So if this one comes up, I'll probably close the trade. I don't want to see it do this. We already swept. We swept also the high, so normally it should continue lower. If not, that means that it wants to go higher. Even though there is here a 15-minute for value gap, a 5-minute for value gap. Look, this 5-minute actually shown already an inversion of the previous. So this means that it wants higher. So if it comes back to my entry, I'll close the trade. Even though it is a 15-minute here, it should already be pushing lower. I do believe we are halfway in this hourly now. Yeah, we actually exactly halfway. If this trade closes, I'll show you what I've done yesterday all over again, and how many not profits I had to take until the profit one came. So if it's not for you, be honest with yourself. If you can't, if you can or cannot uh, withstand 2 not profits or 3 not profits in a row, and then take the 4th one to have it correctly. It's not gambling. It's actually just following a strategy, and people see it as you're just throwing money at something, but you actually aren't. You need to follow the strategy that you build up and found out for yourself. But then you need to be honest with yourself too. If it's something for you, if it ain't, that's also good. But always be honest with yourself. Then you just take it up a higher time frame. It works too. Oké, mijn pauze zien, dus kom hier zijn. Oh, these strange cat tests. So like I said, if it comes to my entry, I'll close the trade. So that will be a B then. I'm actually already, I'm gonna so. This is the strategy that I've been testing. So we swapped liquidity, we took it, we came back. So this is the 1 minute movement back up. The good thing is if you have multiple accounts on different things that you can actually trade 2 setups at one time. This is the thing that I'm testing. So it gives a lot of R, but you actually. So what does this strategy need? It needs a time-based session sweep. So we had that one from here. So this was Asia session. We swept it here. London came in. It swept again. We had a 5 minute actually showing me it had quite some strength into it. We have a 1 minute moving up. We created a fair value gap out of that 1 minute here. And actually that should have been my entry. And then we take it up higher. It's a very small stop, so I only entered a half hour on a different account. So this is on top step that I'm doing this. I'm testing it, how good it works. So I'm actually trading against my own trade on bulenox. So, and actually this is a live account. So this is actually my funded account. The other one is not. So I'm still actually doing this live testing with all of you. So it's not easy if I'm 2 hours behind the screen to do to still be testing afterwards. And I find after you tested just a few months of a back testing, you actually need to do it live because otherwise you will never know how it feels. On back testing, it's easy. You can just press buttons and move the candles very fast, so you don't get the internal feeling and what it brings up. So it's a bit like cheating for yourself because once you're done back testing and you actually are ready for it on real life, you will definitely see it in a different way. But if I feel that the 1 minute is too fast for myself either, so if I keep feeling the same emotions over and over again on the 1 minute, I probably just change it to the 15-minute ILM movement upwards. So if you have a 15-minute inversion, so that means that I need a big 15-minute candle, taking everything up and then seeing the movement higher after a liquidity sweep. So this would have been perfectly played yesterday here. I'll go over it. So after this sweep down that we took time-based sessions. No, wait, this was yesterday. Yeah. After this sweep down, we took actually Asia out, we took London out, and in this 15 minutes, we saw actually change in delivery here, this one. Very clear. If you go to the 5-minute then, in that candle, then we can look for a fair value gap. So this was that candle. No fair value gaps in the first three. This one came back, no fair value gaps, no fair value gaps. The first one that we can see is actually here. But I also tested this, and you do not always get the entries like you want. So this would be your first 5-minute fair value gap. Anything that taps that would be your entry, and your stop should be at the low. So that would be a long that you could take after a change in delivery, short to the downside, and then take it to previous high. So that would be this one. So that would be a 1.8. And if you held it even longer, you could have held it all the way higher, but I probably wouldn't. I probably would end it here. So that would be a 1.8 trade. If you do it on a 1 minute, you get huge more R's, but it's a bit more both sides. So you can actually, you need to take more losses then too. It depends on how you call it actually. The market is actually building up liquidity again, so sideways movement. If it doesn't do anything in the next 20 minutes, I'll just get off the stream. I'll let the trade just stand open. Will be TP or SL then. We all know if orb works perfectly fine that we actually have to be here for at least a few hours. The longer it works, the better it is, of course. We did tap that 15 minutes, so we will see what it brings. If I'm still after the screen and we hit halfway, I'm not gonna. No, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. TP or stop. No halfway. So you can do what you want if you see it come back to your entry and don't feel right. You can get out of it. I'll just let it do its thing. Because if you see this in a 1 minute, it looks like it's in no man's land. Doesn't want to do anything. So that was a strong push. Oh yeah, that was news again. So now we tapped that 15-minute completely. So actually, there's no reason for us to come back into that 15-minute. We should continue lower now. If the market wants to do it that way. Anybody that has been trading London before, we know the markets do their thing, and it's always having a lot of patience, sitting on your hands and doing nothing. If you do breach the low, I'm gonna add to the trade. But I do need to see it get under here. So that we came back into a 15-minute value gap, and we reacted off of that strongly to the downside. That is a good place to add. And if we are lucky, we can take it back to that 4-hour gap all the way down. This would be the maximum that I would take it. If we are able to get there, of course. In the meantime, I can go over the other strategy again. So let me share the screen for a second. So the strategy that I was implementing yesterday, so we swapped here the high of that liquidity session, of that time-based session. So you can choose to enter it on a 1 minute, but if you do, you actually need to have a good mindset if you do it on a 1 minute. So I'll show you. So what do? I wait for a 1 minute inversion. I take the per value gap off of it, and it needs to enter. So I entered on the value gap, put the stop at the high, and here I got swept immediately. This stopped me out first time, second time. Wait again. We see again the same movement. So we had again a fair value gap. I entered again. Stops at the high. So that was 2 that I got stopped here. We didn't have anyone here, so this one was better. We had another inversion here of this body completely aided. So we did have a small FVG in here that was created out of it. And you could have entered on that one. I did not. I entered a bit lower because at that time I didn't see it as my mind was tricking me actually at that point. I entered On the lower one, this one here. So this entered me, stops at the high. So this was actually then the short that worked for me. I took it to this low. So this actually was one that worked. So that was a 2R, so I gave 1, 2, 3, and then I got a 2R back out of it. Then afterwards, once we swept the session slow here from London, I took it again, upside. 1 minute was very accurate here. So actually here we saw the inversion of this candle, these 3. That was my entry. Stops. That was a clean movement. This was a very strange candle even. That was like an open candle that was created. Then we had open session. It came down. And I tried it again to do it to the other sides. And I got stopped out. Say 1 time here, 2nd time here. This I didn't take. I took this one too. There was the 3rd time here that I got stopped. And the 4th time here, actually it worked. And then it was a great rally. But that was not easy to take, to be honest. But on a 15-minute, this looks much better. If you would have taken this on a 15, oh, not the wrong session. Yeah, so if you would have taken this on a 15-minute, actually this would looked a lot better. You could have entered much nicer. So this was a nice movement up, a nice 5 minutes. Look for a 5-minute entry and just move it higher. Also here, you would only had 1 stop and then immediately a good one. I probably would not gotten the one upside because here, after this 15-minute inversion, we actually swept everything directly down. So I would probably still be at this one. But you would have had at least a 3R here, 1 not profit, a 3R, and then way up the same. So it made it a bit easier. I will see what works out better. I'll need to have some time for it. I believe the 15 one is easier to implement. It just takes a little bit more time. That you need to be after the screen, that's all. And the 1 minute is you need to have a good mindset on the 1 minute. That's the difference. Oh yeah, let me share the different screen again. So I'm still in this, so being patient. In the meantime, like I said, I do have a file for adding. Maybe I can give this to you all, or how I made it myself, this one. So let me see if I can find it. So I'll show you it here, the stream, so it's actually in it. If you want it, send me on Discord a DM, so I'll send it to you to Discord. So why adding to a winning trade? Why adding entries? When we enter, increase your profit with a minimum of 25 to 100%. So that means actually 25 to 100% extra. Another advantage is this is how you can keep your non-profit and at the start of your trade. The trade with a max risk of 1R. So you got 2 ways that you can do this. First of all, when to move your stops of the first entry. So you can take an entry. So say that this was the orb. We entered on a 5-minute bridge and we have a retracement of it. So normal entry profit would have been 2.5, was 1R here. That was down here. So if we do add to it, you have 2 ways to add. You can add on the retest immediately. first trade, the stop would be at the same high because we are still at the same level at this trade, this example anyways. Enter with a half position, so you entered an extra half position into it, so that would be 1.5 R here already at stops. So with a bit discretion. If it does move directly good and we get our inversion below the candle that went up again, then we put our stops to entry, both of them to that second entry, and let the trade do its thing. So then we are risk free. The difference is 1.25 R with only an extra half R in. So that means that you made actually a nice 3.7 instead of 2.5. So that's first model that you can enter. It's a less safe model to enter, but it will. The second entry model is actually once we took the orb and you actually enter it after the touch minute for value gap just above. You wait until we breach the lower candle and then enter it. You must enter them with a full R risk again. The good thing is that your first is then at BE directly, so we only risk still 1 R. The downside is you do make a little bit less profit. You only got a 1.6 R extra out of it because you're as the previous one like it should have been, but you don't have anything extra. So I go over them slowly. If you want this, let me know. I can share it. If that didn't make sense, so this is still at the same level of half hour ago. I'll leave this open for another 15 minutes and then I'll close the stream off. Because now this is getting a very slow movement. It is building up liquidity, so it will sweep the upper or the lower part. I do believe we have news again now. It's 9:45. We got about 40 more minutes in this next hour candle, and it actually did not even move anything. We moved at 14 points. There's no point for sitting behind the screens when the market doesn't do anything. Anyways, then you better just let the market do its thing. And then we get off the screens and do something else. The trade is open. Our stops is where they're supposed to be, so everything should work and do what it should be doing without us needing to sit after the screen anyways. I do appreciate it all for you been joining again. We're gonna close off the stream for today. It's about 10 for 10. If we do breach below that other one, I will add. My computer will be open, so if we do breach below here, I'll add to that trade another 2.5 contracts and see how far we can take this. Wish you all a very great trading day in London. We'll try to stream a bit more NY session 2. see what happens if I can, and when exactly that we can join again. So that will be it for me for streaming today. Enjoy, guys. See you back tomorrow.